Okay, so just being aware of the contact with your body with the mat, just noticing each part of the body that is in connection with the earth. Feel those different points of pressure. So noticing how much of your spine is connected. Feeling the pressure through the back of the head, the back of the sitting bones, so the pelvis area and the outside edges of the feet. With each exhale, let your knees drop down a little bit closer to the ground. Let your shoulders soften, take up space. Bring the focus to the breath. Nice long inhales, filling up. Trying to breathe into the whole of the lungs, so breathing into the side and the back body as well as into the front. We tend to breathe just into the chest area, so push the breath down a little bit deeper. Relaxing the facial muscles, so smooth out the forehead, relax the jaw. And trying to calm down the mind. So inevitably thoughts will be coming in and out all the time. Try to notice and acknowledge them rather than attaching energy to thoughts, just let them flow. And go through the mind rather than just staying on lingering. Whilst you're here, just think about what brought you to your mat today. Give yourself a reason, a focus for being here. Set an intention for practice. Something that you might want to work towards or work with. So making the breath count longer on each the inhale and the exhale if we can. And then start moving the fingers, the toes. Make the movements bigger, take them into your wrists. And then bring the knees together, toe the other feet away from each other so that they're that distance apart. And just windscreen right the knees from side to side. Just slow rocks of the knees. Good. Take the arms up and overhead, full body stretch, extend the legs down and away from you. Make yourself as long as possible, extending fingertips, pointing those toes. And then draw the knees into the chest. Hug the neck. Taking one hand on each knee, make some circular movements with the knees. Just lubricating these hip joints. Work the knees together or independently. And then change direction as well. Slow circular movements. So gluing the knees and the ankles together, so knees are stacked over hips, take the arms out into a crucifix. Inhale here, push the belly button down to the floor. If you exhale, take the knees over to the left side, so they hover off the mat. And then inhale back through center, exhale, take them over to the right. And to center, let's do one more on each side. So take the knees over left, turn your head to the right. Inhale, center, knees go right, head goes left. Lovely. Bring it back to center, hold behind the back of the thighs, rock and roll, forward and back. We're going to bring ourselves up into half boat position. So holding there when you're ready. You can hold the back of the thighs or extend the arms forward, whichever feels better, but just lift the chest, lengthen up through the spine. Engage the core. Keep lifting up through the chest. Breathe in. And out, hold. Breathe in again. As you exhale, crossing the feet over, let's roll over the knees and come into tabletop. Making sure the hands are underneath the shoulders, the knees are directly underneath the hips. As you inhale, lift the head, tilt the tailbone back. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Put the tailbone under, give the head a bit of a shake out here. Inhale, lift the head, tilt the tailbone back. Exhale, rounding the spine, chin comes into chest, push your bottom back onto your heels, take an extended child's pose, creep the arms forward, elbows are lifted, just let the head drop down the bottom onto the heel. Come up onto your fingertips, so really reaching those arms forward, and then lifting yourself up, bring yourself back to tabletop, drop the hips down towards the wrist, opening up the chest, keeping the shoulders down and away from the ears. Good, take it back to that child's pose, bring your bottom back onto your heels once more. Bring the fingertips further forward and then pull yourself forward, hips towards wrist, open up the chest. Let's tuck the toes under now, moving back onto your knees, lift the knees to hover, keep the legs nice and bent as you move chest back towards your thighs, lift your tailbone high, a bent leg down and facing dog. Pushing down through the hands, move your chest back to thighs, slowly start pushing your heels down towards the floor. You can pedal the legs here, working alternate heels to the mat. Maybe involve a little twist through the hip as well, so as you bend the knee, drop the hip to the center. Any little movements that you need to take your body just to settle in, please do. So equal pressure through hands and feet. Nice, strong downward face. Good. Bring it forward into a plank. Pushing the floor away with the hands. Push the space between your shoulder blades to the ceiling. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring it forward to your plank position again. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet towards your hands, so little steps. Bringing the feet forward to the top of the mat. Nice soft knees. So let the chest come onto the thighs. Take hold of opposite elbows, ragdoll, and sway from side to side. Let the neck be long, let the head be heavy. And release the hands to the floor. Weight into the balls of the feet. Lift the heels off the floor. And then take the weight into your heels. Lift the toes. When you feel the feet up and away from the mat. And then take it forward again. Weight into balls of your feet, toes, heels lift. And then drop back onto the heels, lifting the feet, feeling the toes up. Bring the feet down, equal pressure through four corners of the feet. Roll up the spine slowly to stand. Head comes up last, then take the arms up and overhead. Look up towards fingertips. Exhale, hands come into prayer heart center. Inhale, sweep those arms to the sky. Look up. Exhale to forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Lovely. Step back, right foot. Into runner's lunge. Drop into those hips. Take your left hand to the sky. Look up. Good. So let the hips go low, straighten the back leg. Extend the fingertips to the ceiling. We're going to circle that arm towards the back of the mat and then sweep it down by the side of the foot, reach forward and up. Nice slow circle movement. Inhale, reach it back up. Do one more. Sweeping, reaching back up towards the ceiling. Release the hand down to frame the front foot. Step back, down facing dog. Lift the right leg to the sky, three-leg dog. Let's keep the hips nice and square. Bring the foot forward between the hands. Bring the back knee down onto the floor. Push into your hips. Lift up, low lunge. Arms to the sky. Sink into the hip. Don't allow the ribs to flare. Keep the rib cage pulling back in. Release through the shoulders. Inhale here. As you exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the chest. Reach up. Inhale. And squeeze your little cactus back then. Good. Reach up. Inhale. One more time. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the chest. Reach the hands to the sky. Let them come down. Frame the front foot. Step back. Plank. Lower chaturanga on knees, chin and chest. Elbows tight to the ribs. Push through back bend. Downward facing dog. Good. Lift up onto your toes. Bend the knees. Look forward. Step or jump both feet to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Find left. Exhale. Forward fold. Arms come to the sky. Lift up. Inhale. Reach up. Look up. Exhale. Fold back down again. Good. Step back with your left foot. And sink deep into the hips. Take your right arm to the sky. Twisted lunge. Look to your top hand. So push the floor away with your left. And then those big circular movements. So reach for the back of the mat. Then sweep the arm forward and up. And big circle, sweep. And one more, sweep. Then release it down to frame that front foot, step back, downward facing dog. Hips go high, heels towards the floor, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Step it forward, in between the hands, drop the back knee down. Bring the arms up, tuck the tailbone, sink into the hip, low lunge. Release through the shoulders. So you can tuck the back toe if you want to. Let's use the front foot to help with the balance. Lift up, inhale, lift through the chest. As you exhale, cactus your back. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good, lift up, inhale, one more. Exhale, squeeze. Reach your arms to the sky. Bring them down, frame your front foot, step back, plank. Lower knees, chin, or chaturanga. Pushing through on your inhale, back bend. Exhale to downward facing dog. Nice. So they're just generating that heat within the body. Lift up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, jump, step, or hop the feet to the top, half lift. Exhale to forward fold, rising up on the inhale. Bring it all the way up, arms to the sky, hands come into prayer, heart center. Lovely. Lift the arms up and overhead, interlace fingers, release pointers, reach up high. Let's side bend over to the right side, keeping the arms extended. Bring back through center, side bend to the left. A few each side. So coming through center, bending right. And center, and then over to the left. Good. Back to center, reach up high, look up, exhale to forward fold. Nice. Halfway lift, really lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, fold in, squeeze in, hold the back of the legs, and really pull your chest onto your thighs. Lift the tailbone higher, weight into the balls of the feet. Release the hands to the floor, step back right foot. Sink into those hips, push into the feet, come up into your high lunge. Arms to the sky. Now sink into that knee bend, relax the shoulders. Breathe in here, and sink a little bit deeper. Good. Bring the arms forward, sweep them down to the floor. Inhale, lift them up to the sky. Cactus back bend, squeeze the shoulder blades. Good. Reach up. Another circle forward, down to the floor. Inhale to lift, and cactus back bend. Reach up high. Nice. Hands to prayer, heart center. Transfer the weight. Left foot, right leg comes up behind you, warrior 3. Just square your hips, drop that right hip so it's in line with the left. Flex the right foot, push it to the back of the rib. Bring knee to chest. Come to stand. Good. Tree or half lotus here. So we're going for tree, pushing the foot and leg into each other equally. Maybe take your arms up and open. Wherever you want to take the arms. Just nice steady gaze forward. Find that balance. So growing taller with each inhale, reaching down through your left foot. Nice. Bring the hands back into prayer. Knees coming back forward. Push back, warrior 3. Extend the arms forward if you want to. Extending that prayer. Push the right heel back. Drop the foot to the back of the mat. Open up to the side, warrior 2. Left arm forward. Look towards the left middle finger. Good. Inhale, arms to the sky. Straighten that front leg. Exhale to bend. Lovely. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend. Let's do one more. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, bend nice and deep. Push your knee towards your little toe. Turn the front palm, reverse the warrior. Reach up all the way back. So that right hand can wrap behind if you want to, or just let it tickle the back leg, but just try not to lean on it. Keep pushing deeper into lengthening. Extended side. Either elbows to your fingertips to the floor, reach the right arm overhead. You might be able to turn and look towards your top hand if the neck feels okay, but try to stop that right shoulder from folding forward. Good, keep breathing. Inhale, carefully coming back up, straighten off through the front leg, take a straight leg reverse. Reach up and all the way back. Wonderful. Cartwheel your hands down, frame the front foot, kick back, three-legged dog. Left leg goes high. Vinyasa of your choosing from this point. Making your way through to downward facing dog. Once you're there, 3 long inhales and exhales. Always child's pose is an option if needed. Shake out the tension, push the heels to the mat. After that third breath, lift up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, jump or step to the top, halfway lift. Fold, release. Rise up, inhale. At the top of the movement, interlace fingers, release pointers, reach up high. Side bend left. Let's hold it here. So squeezing the ears with the arms, keep taking it a little bit deeper. Pull back through your right shoulder, move your left hip forward a touch. And back to center, reach up high. And side bend to the right. Squeeze the ears. And then pull back through your left shoulder, move your right hip forward slightly. Go a little bit deeper, breathe in. Lovely. Back to center, reach up tall. Exhale to forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Squeeze in, pull yourself in, chest to thighs, forehead to shins, lift the tail. Release the hands to the floor, left foot steps back. Sink into the hips, rise up. High lunge. And then bend into that front knee. Keep the back leg straight if we can here. Keep the core nicely engaged. Turn the little fingers towards each other, release through the shoulders. Then reach it forward, sweep the hands down to the floor. Inhale to lift up. Cactus back bend at the top. Squeeze the shoulder blade, chest lift. Reach up, inhale. And forward, down to the floor, sweep. Inhale to lift. And again, squeezing cactus back bend. Arms to the sky, hands come through prayer, heart center, weighting to the right foot, left leg comes up behind you, warrior 3. Just get those hips nice and square. Flex the left foot. Bring your right knee to your chest, slowly come up to standing. Tree or half lotus here. If the foot doesn't go above the knee, it can go below the knee. We just don't want excess pressure on that knee joint. Finding your arm variation. Of choice, maybe closing down the eyes. If you want to, keep pushing that knee out to the side. Root down through right foot, grow taller. And then back through center, hands to prayer, knee to chest. Push back, warrior 3. Extend the arms forward. Capital T shape with the body. Flex that back foot, straighten the right leg, make it strong. Slowly lower the foot to the back of the mat, ground the heel. Warrior 2, right arm is forward. Bend deep front knee. Push the knee towards your little toe. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms to the sky. Exhale to bend. And inhale up. Nice, guys. Exhale, bend. One more with your breath. Lift up, inhale. And bend. Turn the front palm reverse. The left hand can wrap behind or just tickle that leg. Make sure that that knee is going towards your little toe. So if you look at your knee, you can see your big toe. Keep bending deep over right knee, get the stretch into the inner thigh as well. Extended side, whether you bring your elbow to your knee, your fingertips to the floor. The left arm travels overhead to reach forward. So we have a diagonal line from fingertip to heel. You may be able to look towards the top hand, but keep that left shoulder from folding forward. Nice and strong to the core, strong warrior sequence. Inhale, lift it back up. Straighten the front leg and reverse it. Straight leg reverse. Cartwheel your hands down to pray. Kick back, 3-legged dog. Right leg goes nice and high. Lovely. Vinyasa from here. Keep the leg lifted if you wish. As you flow through. Maybe one breath, one movement, or 2 breaths, one movement. Up to you. Child's pose if you wish here. Just reconnect in with the breath. Just re-establish the foundation of your downward facing dog. Lift up onto your toes, inhale. Exhale, push those heels to the floor. Inhale, lift up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, jump step, hop all the way to the top, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Take a nice passive forward fold here. Just toe heel the feet so that they are hip distance apart. Slowly rising up, root to rise. Arms to the sky. Hands come into prayer, heart center. Breathe in here. Sigh out through the mouth. Inhale, lift up. Get your peace fingers ready to wrap around your big toes, so folding. Taking hold of those big toes. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, elbows wide. Chest to thighs, forehead to shins. Lift the tailbone high. Keep shifting weight forward. Squeeze in that little bit tighter. Carefully release your hands to the floor. Step back right foot and sink into the hips. Lift up, high lunge. Bend deep into your lunge. Reach the arms forward, down to the floor. Sweep. Inhale to the sky. Cactus back bend. Squeeze. Lift your arms up. Transfer the weight forward. Warrior three. Lifting that right leg up behind you. Bring the knee into the chest. Peace fingers get hold of right big toe. Extend the right leg forward. Take it out to the side if you want to. Left arm extend. If we can't do a straight leg, do a bent leg. Hold the knee. Flex the foot, just push the heel forward. Maybe you might be able to look towards the left fingertips as well. Bring it back to center. Reach up, inhale, push back, warrior three. Right leg goes back. Bring it to the back of the mat, open, warrior two. Looking along, left middle finger, inhale, arms to the sky, straight to the front leg. And exhale to bend. Turn the front palm reverse. Extended side. Half or full bind if you want to go a little bit deeper. You can just stay with the arms extended if that's enough for you today. Maybe that right hand can drop behind, hook into where the hip and thigh meet. For your half bind, look beyond your right shoulder towards the ceiling. Good. Squeeze the left hip under a little bit more. If you're bound, carefully release out. Everybody lift up. Reverse straight leg. Reach up all the way back. Arms back to shoulder height. Look in front of your left foot. We're going to transfer left fingertips to the floor or a block maybe, balancing half moon. Right hands can be hip and reach to the ceiling. You may find your prayer hands at heart center. Whatever variation you wish to take with your balancing half, hold it here, maybe get hold of that back foot. Your practice, you choose where you would like to take it. From here, we're going to bring both hands down to the top of the mat. Bring your right foot to join your left at the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift and then fold to release. Bring your hands to the floor, lengthen. Jump or step back, plank to chaturanga. Push through back. Downward facing dog. Well done, just take your breath. Use those heels down to the floor, the chest back to thighs. Use these breaths here to reconnect. Move the chest back, lift your hips a little bit higher, then lift up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, jump step, hop to the top, halfway lift, find that leg. Exhale, forward fold, take the feet to hip distance, rise up on your inhale. As we exhale, we're going to come down and bring the hands underneath the feet. So lifting the feet, placing the hands beneath so that the toes come onto the wrists. Halfway lift. Exhale, pull against the feet and squeeze in, forward fold. Shifting that weight. Feel the stretch through the hamstrings. Carefully release the feet, the hands from beneath. Step back with your left foot. Sink into the hips, rise up, high lunge. Turn your little fingers towards each other, bend deep front knee. Reaching forward, down to the floor. Inhale to lift up. Cactus back bend at the top, squeeze and reach. Transfer the weight, warrior three. Lift that left leg out behind you. Nice, then bring the knee to the chest. And then left peace fingers around the big toe, extend the leg forward and out to the side. Right arm extends away. We may look towards the right. Remember, you can always hold the knee if you prefer. Just find that balance. Wonderful. Bring the leg back to center. Arms to the sky. And then push the foot back through your warrior three to lower the foot to the back of the mat. Warrior two, open up. Knee to little toe. Wonderful. Okay, turn the front palm. Reverse. Open all the way back. And then extended side. Half or full bind if you wish to take it a little bit deeper this time. Left hand can come behind, hook in, square hip and thigh meet. Maybe the right shoulder drops. The hand goes beneath to the back. Look beyond your left shoulder. Try to keep your right ear over your front foot. Good, guys. Lovely. Squeeze that hip under. Release out of your bound, carefully coming up, straight leg reverse. Arms to shoulder height. Look in front of right toes, that's where the right hand is going to reach as we come over for balance and palm. Use a block if you wish. Choose your arm variation, whether it's left hand on hip, left arm extended, or hands into private heart center. You can also bind here if you want to. Find your variation, just connecting with the breath. Find that balance. Bring the left hand down to the floor, top of the mat. Slowly bring the left foot down to join the right as well. Take a halfway lift here. As you exhale, hands to the floor, jump or step it back. Plank to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to down. Lovely. So 5 breaths here, all child's pose. It's up to you. Relaxing the facial muscles, just let gravity take effect. Maybe shaking the head out, yes, no. Make space around your ears, your shoulders. Push your chest back to your thighs. Take one more breath here. Lift up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, jump step. Hop up to the top, half lift and fold. Rise up, inhale. Exhale to forward fold. Half lift, lengthen. Jump step back, plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Back to downward facing. Right leg to the sky. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Push your left heel to the floor. Try and bring your right heel to your left buttock. Then bring right knee to right elbow. Touch. Take it back up. Right knee to left elbow. Take a little twist. Take it all the way back up. Well done. Right knee steps. Right foot steps outside right hand. Drop the back knee down onto the floor, reaching up. Right hand to the sky, then reach back. Turn the chest open. Drop the hips down lower. Inhale, circle the arm all the way back. Coming down, perhaps onto forearms. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee off the floor. Step that right foot back, forearm plank. Hold it nice and strong. Drop both heels to the right side. Bring them back through center, drop both heels to the left. Keeping the forearms planted. Bring them back to center, walk your feet towards your head, dolphin. Push into those elbows. Any playtime you want to do here, if you want to take a leg kick, go to a little forearm center, please do. Otherwise, just keep pushing elbows into the mat to keep it nice and strong. After the next breath, release your knees down to mat distance, big toes touch, push back, release. Child's pose. Let the arms come back beside you, then the palms up, just let the shoulders soften. Release and let it go. One more breath. And we'll do the same on the other side. So coming forward, tabletop, tucking the toes, lifting the hips to downward facing dog. Then lift the left leg to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip. Pushing the right heel to the floor. Keep equal pressure through both hands, shoulders stay square. Left knee comes to left elbow. Touch. And up. Left knee to right elbow, take a little twist. And all the way back up. Step left foot outside, left hand. The right knee lowers. Good. Taking the left arm up towards the ceiling, turn, reach towards the back of the mat. Drop your hips down if you can, a little bit more. Circle that arm all the way back to the top, come down, forearm. Tuck the back toe and lift the back knee into your lizard. And then step the left foot back, forearm back. Now we're going to try and shift the body weight forward to right, triangle our shin towards our fingertips, and then rock back. So just shift the weight forward onto the top of the toes and rock back. And one more, shift forward. And back. Walk the feet towards your head, lifting the hips high, come into that dolphin again. Have a little playtime if you want to, one leg in the air. Take some little hops off the floor maybe. Or maybe just staying in dolphin and building your strength, is it up? And then slowly releasing, knees to the mat, big toes touch, sit back and take your time. Just let the elbows drop to the floor or wrap the arms around the legs. Let the shoulders soften. Wonderful. Coming back into a kneeling position. Start with the hands underneath the shoulders. Make sure your hips are stacked above your knees. Take the arms wider, further away. And then bringing the chin and chest down to the floor for puppy posture. If it's too much on the neck, then bring the forehead down instead. But lifting the tailbone high. So the arms can go further away or wide, depending on your shoulders. Connect with your breath here. And then sliding yourself forward to bring yourself onto your tummy. Untuck the toes, have a slight gap between those feet. Bring the hands level with your low ribs. As you inhale, rolling up, pushing into the hands and into your cobra. Driving your hips towards the floor. Roll the shoulders back and down, take the gaze up to the ceiling. Or just look straight forward if it's too much on the neck, but drive those hips down, engage the legs, push down through the top of the feet, the kneecaps may lift. Keep the elbows tight as you lower down slowly. Good, take the hands a little bit further back, and then repeat, pushing into the hands, lifting up. You might find an up dog, lifting the legs off the floor. Or if you want to keep the legs down and start bringing the feet towards the back of the head, if that's an option for you. Whichever variation, just breathing into that back bend, keeping the core tight, breathing into the chest. This time as you exhale carefully, tuck the toes, just move your bottom back towards your heels, round the spine here, before lifting the knees and slowly returning to your downward facing dog. Just pedaling out, maybe twisting through the hips as well. Take the right leg to the sky, three legs up, bend the knee and open up the hip. Bring your right knee towards your left elbow, extend the leg out at that side. Take your left arm to the sky, fallen star. Lower the hip down just to hover it off the mat. Inhale, lift it back up again. Bring the hand back down. Right leg goes all the way back up and open the hip while staying. Drop the foot behind you, lifting the hips and reaching forward. Right arm, look towards fingertips. Exhale, chaturanga. Final little bit, guys. Keep it flowing. Use the breath. Downward facing. Left leg to the sky. So nice, slow, deliberate movements. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Left knee, right elbow. Extend the leg out to the side. Take the right arm to the sky, forward start. Bring the hand back down, left leg goes up and back, hip open, three-legged dog. And then shift the weight forward, drop the foot behind and find your wild thing. Lifting the hips, reaching forward. Nice, chaturanga. And lower. And push through. Final downward facing dog. Lovely, well done guys. From here we're going to bring right knee behind right wrist for our pigeon. Slide the left leg nice and long. Keep the chest lifted, look forward. As you exhale, let's come down into a sleepy pigeon, whether you forearms or lay down completely. Just breathing into that hip. Keep the hips nice and square, central on the mat. Really connect in with your breath. Maybe close down the eyes. Wonderful. About 5 more breaths here. After that big breath, bring the hands back underneath your shoulders, lift your chest, look forward. Bring the right hand to the center, left hand reaches back and catches hold of the back foot. Any variations working towards mermaid here? Bringing the foot into the top of the elbow. You can bind across the body or overhead, or just take the balance, reaching that right arm forward. Be mindful as you move, just be gentle with the body. Lovely guys, well done. Carefully releasing. Dropping the right hip to the floor, let's sweep that left leg all the way around into your twisted feet. Bring the foot over the knee, reaching the right arm to the sky, put the elbow over the knee. Left hand just behind the back. Grow tall on the inhale. Twist and look over back shoulder. You exhale. You wish to bind here, you can. Maybe hands to prayer. Wherever you are, just connect with the breath. Use the breath on this posture. It's a really good one for getting yourself deeper. So grow tall through the spine. Sit up. Exhale. Go a little bit further. Releasing out of the twist. Bring the hands all the way to the side. Just bowing out. And coming back to center. This left leg's going to go all the way back. Hands to the top of the mat. Just push back to downward facing before bringing the left knee behind left breast. Go straight into pigeon left side. So keeping central initially, keeping quite tall with the chest. Let the hips sink to the center. And then bringing it down to forearms or lay down completely. If it's too much to fold down still, forearms, if we're out in space with the fingers, just try not to grip too tight. We don't want to put any tension into the body, to keep the body nice and relaxed. Make sure that the facial muscles are relaxed too. We're focusing the breath into the hip. Take 2 more deep breaths here. That second breath, working the hands back underneath the shoulders so that the chest can lift. Left hand to center, right hand reaches back to bring that foot in. Again, any variation towards mermaid. You just want to take the balance. Or holding that back foot in might be enough for the stretch. Keep the core nice and engaged, the hips to the center. And release that carefully. Lovely. Drop the left hip to the floor. Sweep the right leg all the way around. Twist your feet. Left arm to the sky. Lift up and hook the elbow. Right hand behind to stabilize. Take this deeper if you wish with a bind, maybe prayer hands. Sitting taller as you inhale, twisting deeper as you exhale. Pull the belly button in towards the spine so that you make more room to twist through the abdomen. Good. And releasing out. Bring your hands all the way to the other side. Take it back. Inhale to lift up. Releasing the legs. Take them out into a strong position. Take them as wide as you feel comfortable. Pull the toes up towards the ceiling. If this isn't comfortable sitting like this, sit on a block or a bolster. Okay, so lifting and opening the chest. As you exhale, slowly roll forward. Just creep the hands forward. You may just find that this is enough just sitting in this position. We're all very different. If you can, try to keep the legs as straight as possible as you fold. And lead with the chest rather than leading with your head. The toes pointed up to the ceiling. With each breath, you may find another millimetre or centimetre in the posture. Like that. Walk your hands back, bring them behind you, so you can bring the legs back together. Just release off, give them a little wiggle, let them go. Removing blocks or bolsters from beneath you if you use them. And then just rolling yourself down onto your back. Bring yourself to the floor. We're going to take that bound angle leg position that we did earlier. So soles of the feet together, knees are wide. Going to go for a bound angle bridge. So start with your arms down by your sides. So push down through the outside edges of the feet. Tilt the pelvis, and then as you inhale, slowly pushing the feet into the mat and lifting the hips up. Finding that heart opener, but also working on the hips as well. Try to let your knees just open as you raise your pelvis towards the feet. Exhale, carefully lower, just bring the spine back to the mat, rolling it back down onto the pelvis. Now you can repeat with bound angle legs if you want to, or take your feet to hip distance apart so that knees are pointed to the ceiling for a regular bridge. We're going to do this one and then one more. So it's up to you where you take this. So tilt the pelvis, whichever position, lifting the hips up, bound angle or regular bridge. You might want to interlace your hands beneath, roll those shoulders beneath you to get a little bit higher. Move your chin towards the ceiling and then move your chest towards your chin. Push the floor away with your feet, lift the hips higher. Engage the core, breathe high into the chest for this one. So you can keep lifting, keep pushing the chest to chin. Exhale carefully and slowly. Remove the hands from beneath you and roll the spine back to the neck. Take a moment at the bottom. If you wish, you can windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. And then we have one final back bend. Whether we're staying with bridge or taking a wheel, Let's just move mindfully and listen to our bodies. So start with the feet hip distance apart, knees to the ceiling, arms down by side, tilt the pelvis, push and lift, hips to the sky. If you're staying with bridge, interlace the hands beneath, roll the shoulders up. If you're going for a wheel, hands next to shoulders. Fingertips point towards your shoulders, then we can push up into halfway onto the top of the head or full wheel all the way up. If you're staying with the bridge, maybe you want to take a leg lift, take the weight into one foot, lift the opposite leg into the air. You can do this in wheel too. And then bring that foot down and take it on up. And bring that foot down. Well done. Releasing yourself carefully out of your back bend. Bring your spine to the mat. Just let the spine settle. You can knock the knees side to the side or bring the knees to the chest and pull yourself up. Careful rocks, one way, then the other. Holding the back of the thighs, rock and roll forward and back, the full length of the spine. Come up to seated. Keeping the legs bent, scoot the arms beneath them, take hold of opposite elbows, and let the head drop down round the spine, releasing out your back head. Breathe into the back body. You can slide your feet away from you as long as the chest stays attached to the ground. So it's more about the back than the hamstrings as well. So breathe into the back. Good. Return to a seated position. Bring your left knee into your chest, drop it out to the side. The right leg is extended. Flex the right foot. Move the fleshy part of the bottom out of the way. Arms up, reach up. Fold forward. Taking hold of the foot, the shin, the knee. Maybe just hands to the floor. And push your chest towards your big toe. Let that left knee drop out to the side. One final stretch for the hamstring. Take your arms to the ceiling. Let the left hand come behind you. Push and lift the hips. Take a little seated wild thing. Just open the chest box. Like a rainbow shape to your body. And bring it back down again. Let's change the legs over. So left leg extends, right knee in, drop it out to the side, arms up, inhale, and forward fold. Lead with the chest, not the forehead. Wherever this stretch takes you, maybe just the hands to the floor. Push your chest forward. If you're trying to take that crease beneath the left buttock towards the back of the rib. Pulling the toes up towards your face. And lifting up. Drop the right hand behind. And push and lift. Hips up. Rainbow. Seated well. Lovely stretch coming through the left side of the body. Bring it back to center. Both legs extend out in front of you. Just give them a little wiggle. So I'm going to take you through to shoulder stand and plow if you'd like to join me. If you want to do any other inversion, please do so. So if you're coming with me, so start with the legs extended, reaching the arms forward. We're going to go straight to plow. So try and keep continuous movement. So slowly lowering, rolling the spine all the way down to the mat. As your head goes down, start bringing the legs up together. Squeeze the core as you lift the hips up high. Now you can bring the hands onto the back to take a shoulder stand, or if you want to take the feet all the way over, go straight to your plow. Whichever one feels better, you can alternate between the two. If we're in shoulder stand, walk the elbows towards each other, the shoulders, or the hands higher up towards the shoulder blades. Get into a more vertical position. Try and work the legs as if they're one. Keep the legs engaged, nice and strong. If we are going for a cloud, taking the feet down over the head. If they touch, the hands can release off the back into legs behind us. Hamstrings are super tight. You may want to bend into the knees, release the knees onto the forehead or onto the ears. In this knee to ear pressure pose. Find your breath. Breathe through any restriction that you may have placed on it. Maybe close down the eyes if you feel comfortable. When you're ready, take the feet back over the head and release the arms to the floor to act as brakes. Slowly roll the spine back to the mat all the way down. Bend the knees into the chest. Take a happy baby here, so either outside into the feet, big toes, or holding the ankles back of the thighs. Bring the knees towards the armpits, just rock from side to side. Let the head rock as well, releasing any tension, any stress in the neck. Try and push your bottom down towards the floor, lengthen the spine. Return the legs into that bound angle, so soles of the feet together, knees go nice and wide. Bring the hands next to or underneath the bottom, palms face down. Lifting up onto your forearms, tucking those elbows in, puffing the chest, letting the head drop back for a bound angle finish. If the head touches down, you can release the hands out and take them up to prayer, reaching the ceiling. That doesn't feel okay on the head, the neck, then just keep the hands beneath you to support. And then carefully release. Rolling the spine to the mat, bringing the knees into the chest. Final hug, squeeze in. And as we did at the beginning, knees and ankles together, arms into crucifix. Take the legs over to the left side. Turn your head towards the right. The left hand can take the right leg further over if you want to make it a little bit deeper, but keep your shoulders to the mat. Bring it back through center. Let's go the other way. The knees come over to the right side, turn the head to the left. Right hand can take left leg a little further. Bring it back to center. And then let's release the feet to the floor. If the lower back isn't great, just knock the knees together or slide your legs long down and away from you. Let the arms be by your side, palms are facing up. Just get the shoulder blades together so the chest can fully open. Rest your head. Wherever feels most comfortable for your neck, take a nice big deep breath in. Sigh out your exhale. Surrender and let go. Find mental and physical stillness. Let the breath flow as it needs to. Scan the body from the head down towards the toes, just noticing that any areas of discomfort and tension that are remaining in the body, try to release as you exhale. Once again, noticing what's going on in the mind. Inevitably, those thoughts will be coming, going. Let them flow. But label them or give them any of your energy, just let them flow through. And we'll come back to you later if it's important. Try to keep your mind on your breath. Flow the inhale and the exhale. And then let's find some small movements once again. Fingers, toes. Make those movements bigger, take it to your wrists, your ankles. And taking the arms up and overhead, extend the legs down away from you, full body stretch. Drawing the knees to the chest, hugging them in, wrapping your arms around the legs, nice and slowly, moving side to side. That feels good for the spine. And then you can either roll over to your right side before coming up, or rock yourself to seated. When you're ready, come to sit, cross legs, tall spine, relax shoulders. And the hands can meet in prayer at heart center, thumbs to sternum and sternum to thumbs to lift the chest. Checking the energy within and around you is equal. Remind yourself of your focus, your intention that you set for practice today, your reason for being on your mat. I thank you all for joining me. As always, a pleasure to guide you. Namaste.